ఐఎమ్ శేఖర్ శర్మ, డిఓ మైబాద్. మనం మీ అందరికీ తెలుసు, మైబాద్ ఎడ్యుకేషనల్ ఛానల్ ఒకటి ఓపెన్ చేసుకున్నాము. ఓపెన్ చేసుకుని ఉపాధ్యాయులతోటి పాఠాలని చెప్పించి రికార్డ్ చేసి యూట్యూబ్లో అప్లోడ్ చేసుకుంటా ఉన్నాము. దాంట్లో భాగంగానే కొంత ఎంకరేజ్మెంట్ ఉంటుందని చెప్పేసి నేను కూడా ఒక చిన్న ప్రయత్నం చేస్తూ ఉన్నాను. ఏదో ఒక చిన్న పాఠం, ఒక 5 నుంచి ఒక 10 నిమిషాలు మీతో డిస్కస్ చేద్దామని చెప్పేసి. ఎలక్ట్రిసిటీలో ఒక చిన్న టాపిక్ తీసుకొని ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్, డిస్కస్ ద రెసిస్టెన్స్. What is the resistance of a conductor? How to connect the resistors? What are the types of connecting the resistors? Let us see first what is electrical resistance. The electrical resistance, if you take a conductor, this is a copper wire AB. This is a wire made of some other metal CD. This is a nylon thread EF. I am taking 3 different materials. The first wire is AB made of copper. The last one EF. This is a nylon thread. Let us see, if you connect a battery, a current flows in the connector. In between, if you put a bulb here, the bulb flows. Whereas for this nylon thread, I am connecting a battery. Just I am arranging a bulb. But you don't find any glow in the bulb, because the bulb is not glowing. So through the nylon thread the current is not flowing. But after connecting the battery through the copper wire, the current is flowing. So the bulb glows. What is the difference between these two? The first one is called a conductor. The last one is called an insulator. In between these two we can find another type of material that is called as semiconductors. So the materials which offers very low resistance to the flow of current are called conductors. The materials which offer high resistance to the flow of current are called insulators. So resistance is called, electrical resistance, it can be defined like this. It is a property of an object or a material that opposes the flow of current. Resistance is the property of a certain material or an object made of that material which opposes the flow of current. So in simple terms, the opposition to the flow of current is called electrical resistance. So how to show that in a circuit? The circuit symbol of resistance will be like this. You will show a resistor like this. So the term used to denote this is R. So in any electrical circuit, if you find a symbol like this, you have to understand that that is a resistor. So wherever if you want to write represent in terms of letter, you have to put R. So this is the way to represent a resistor. How to measure resistance? The resistance will be measured in terms of ohms. This is the unit. This is the symbol of ohm. You have to write ohm like this. The unit to measure electrical resistance is ohm. This is SI unit. So you have to find these 3 things. First one is how to represent a resistor in a circuit. What is the letter used to represent the resistance? What is the unit to measure the resistance? Ohm is the unit. Okay, these are the simple fundamentals. First you have to understand regarding the resistance. So this opposes, a resistor always opposes the flow of current. Let us see on what factors the resistance depends. Suppose I am taking a copper wire. This is a copper wire of length L1. This is another copper wire of length L2. This is another copper wire of length L2. So if you connect a current is, I am connecting a battery, same battery. The battery is connected. AB, CD, EF. So if you connect a battery in this way, what you will observe is a high current will flow in the first conductor, a low current will flow in the last one. The reason is the resistance of a conductor depends upon its length. The more the length, the more will be the resistance. The less the length, the less will be the resistance. So the resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to length of the conductor. The same, using the same copper wire but of different lengths. It is L1, here the length is, here it is L3. L3 is greater than L1. So the resistance of the last wire is greater than the resistance of the first wire. So my point is, what I want to tell you is, the resistance is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. That is the first point. You have to understand. So maybe the three wires are made of same wire, copper, but the resistance are different because the resistance depends upon the length. My second point is, so I love this. I want to make the second point. So I am taking a copper wire of different cross sections. This is the first copper wire. I am magnifying. Actually, you cannot find like this. This much thickness, with this thickness, but I am magnifying. This is another copper wire of large cross section area. Here the length of these two wires are same, L1, LL, but their cross section areas are different. Here the cross section area is A1, here the cross section area is A2. So I am taking two copper wires of same length of different cross section areas. Now I am measuring the resistance. I am connected to a battery. I am observing the current flow through these. So in the second wire more current flows, in the first wire less current flows. So this you can test through an ammeter. If you connect an ammeter, that will show the through a deflection. By studying the deflection, you can understand the flow of current. So when you boson increase the copper wire, so same length. Again I am increasing the cross section area. So through this more current flows. So the more the cross section area, the more will be the current. So to a conductor with more cross section area, current can easily pass through it. So the resistance will be less. More current is flowing means the resistance of that conductor is less. These two are resistance and flow of current are both are reciprocal. If one is more, the other will be less. So the resistance is inversely proportional to cross section area of the conductor. This is the second point I want to make. Third point, the resistance of a conductor is a property of the particular material. Some materials offer high resistance, wood, plastic, like this, the materials will offer infinite resistance. They will not allow the current to flow through them. Whereas copper, silver, all metals are very good conductors. So they will offer very low resistance. So depending upon the nature of the materials, the resistance difference. Here I made 2 points. R is proportional to L. R is inversely proportional to area of cross section. If you combine these two, what happens? Let us see. The resistance is proportional to L by A. So it is directly proportional to length. It is inversely proportional to area of cross section. So if you want to make it is equal to, this proportionality can be converted into is equal to by multiplying with a constant. So I am multiplying with a constant rho L by A. Rho is called a specific resistance. Rho is called a constant. It is called a specific resistance of the material. I will talk about this later. First I want to make an equation. R is equal to rho L by A. Okay. So in this fashion, you can call this rho specific resistance. Okay. L is length of the conductor. Length. A is area of cross section. So just finally, let us see what is specific resistance, and let us find the definition for it. Okay, what I will do is, I will make L is equal to 1 meter, A is equal to 1 square meter. I am taking a wire of length 1 meter and area of cross section 1 square meter. So then, if you put these values in this equation, R is equal to rho into 1 by 1. That is, R is equal to rho. This is very important equation. So from this equation, you can define a specific resistance. What is specific resistance? This is purely depends upon the nature of the material. It doesn't depend upon the length. It doesn't depend upon the area of cross section. It just depends upon the nature of the material. Copper will have a particular value of rho. Silver will have a particular value of rho. Gold will have a particular value of rho. Specific resistance is purely the property of the material, whereas resistance is depends upon length, depends upon area, and depends upon so many things, temperature, other things also. But here, specific resistance is purely the property of the material. So let us define specific resistance. So here I am taking a wire of length 1 meter, area of cross section 1 square meter. Then the resistance of this wire becoming the specific resistance of that material. So what is the definition? Very simple. You can take. Suppose if you want to find the specific resistance of silver. Silver Kanko already, if you want to find. So take silver wire of length 1 meter, area of cross section 1 meter. So measure the resistance of that. If you measure the resistance of that silver wire of length 1 meter and area of cross section 1 meter, that is nothing but specific resistance of that material. Teachers and students, once again, if you want to measure the specific resistance of some aluminum, so how to do that? Very simple. Take aluminum rod of length 1 meter, area of cross section 1 square meter, maybe big. So this is a simple way to understand specific resistance. I am taking an aluminum wire of length 1 meter, area of cross section 1 square meter. If you measure the resistance of this, that is called specific resistance of aluminum. So in this fashion, you can find the specific resistance of any material. Once again I am repeating, the specific resistance is purely the property of the material. It doesn't depend upon the dimensions of that particular object or material. It will not depend upon the dimensions. So finally, let us see what is the unit to measure rho, specific resistance. So the units for rho. So the equation, you see the equation, rho is equal, you send A that side, RA by L. So rho is equal R, A means area. If you want to find area, you have to multiply length into length, or you have to multiply length into breadth. And the two lengths are, two breadths are, one length into one breadth. If you multiply, you will be getting area. So if you divide these two, you will be getting one length. Finally, this can be measured in ohm. I told you already, resistance is measured in ohm. Area is measured in meter square, square meters. Length is measured in meters. So if we cancel meter and meter square, you will be getting ohm meter. So the unit for rho ohm centimeter. That's it. So in this way you can understand resistance and specific resistance. Once again, before closing this, I want once again, resistance is a particular property of a material. It depends upon the length of the object, the length of the material, the cross section area of the object weight of that material. So this opposes the flow of current. Resistance always opposes the flow of current. The units for resistance ohm. So then from that, you see here, it depends upon length, it depends upon area of cross section. Now it is related, you understood already. So from this, you can find one more quantity called specific resistance. So how to understand specific resistance, I told you already. So this is about resistance and specific resistance. This is a small initiation from my side. I'll try to take 3 or 4 more classes on different topics, electricity, magnetism and light. Okay, I'll be meeting you in videos. Please prepare videos, all of you teachers, dear teachers. We are doing this for our children, dear children, because there is a heavy loss for the children during this COVID period. They are losing classes. We have to compensate with our videos, to compensate these losses with the videos prepared by you. So you all, I hope you all are prepare videos and upload in the MyBharat YouTube channel. Thank you very much.